Yo, peace out to you all, send your love and light. So I'm going to talk a bit about energy vampires. Let me just my back hurts. So, what is an energy vampire? An energy vampire is a person who feeds off your emotional and physical energy. An energy vampire could be anyone, such as a friend, family member, which that's quite a big one. Work, someone from work, child, son or daughter, or even your partner in a relationship. Even other sidekicks as well, that's quite important. If you're a highly caring person, it's also possible to actively attract energy vampires into your life. Unfortunately, if you're a highly sensitive person who doesn't know how to set boundaries, it's quite likely that you're already surrounding by energy vampires left and right and centre. No! Energy vampires could also be, again, other sidekicks that take and use your energy, or family members, friends, anything like that. So pay attention to your energy when you're around these people, around anybody. So how can you know whether you're dealing with an energy vampire or not? You're likely to experience feelings overwhelmed, stressed, physically ill, you go drained, mentally or physically exhausted, anxious, that's the one. You may notice that most energy vampires display many of the following: the ego, big ego, loves to debate, argue, pick fights, aggressive or passive aggressive, paranoia, anger issues, resentments, drama behaviour, whining, complaining, bitching, gossiping, insecurities like the constant need for assurance and acceptance. So it's basically just want your attention all the time, really, don't they? Guilt tripping, emotional blackmailing, jealousy. Energy vampires tend to take more than give. They use others for their own means without really considering how the other person is feeling. So it's always about them. You start feeling a bit drained. It's also important to understand that energy vampires are not always necessarily not always human beings. They can also be situations what can drain you, or even physical objects in your life, like for example internet, TV. So watching the news a lot can drain you. Your mobile phone, your radio, any technology tech stuff, because you're putting your energy into that. Public situations like crowds, parties, train stations, shopping centres, because all the energy is and it's making you feel drained. You can pick up if you're an empath, you can also pick up other people's emotions and energies when you're a really sensitive person. So then that could drain you as well. So always protect yourself with a white bubble around you. However, the hardest energy vampire to handle are those within your own family or friendship circle, because you care more and it's more drama and you're putting your energy out there, aren't you? So some ways to stop this: stop making prolonged eye contact, because then you're not absorbing their energy. One of the biggest energy absorbers out there is eye contact. The more eye contact you make, the more you engage with the other person and what they have to say. Only do a little bit of eye contact with energy vampires. If you feel like you're getting a bit drained, don't go fully into their energy and eye contact them, and they're just going to drain you. So you're giving them direct access to one of the most precious and limited resources, that's your energy, because everything is energy. Right, set a time limit. Your time is precious as well. It's not necessary for you to sit around for 1 or 2 hours having your energy zapped and brain numbed. I know you maybe if you're trying to think of you're a caring person, you're being a good mate or you're being a good family member, and you're listening and you're draining, and you're like, oh. But you gotta set them boundaries. It's so important. You can be there for people and also be there for yourself. So according to your energy level, set a limit of 5 or 10, 15, 20 minutes where you can give your focus on that person and no more. So you know by your energy how long you know when you gotta go. Learn not to react. The energy vampire feeds off your reactions, fueling them to continue interacting with you. It's important for you to learn how to be neutral in your interactions with the energy vampires, meaning that you should carefully monitor how you feel and prevent yourself from expressing overly positive or negative emotions. So if they're like, I'll give you an example. Say if like you have a car rage and someone's coming out and they're all angry. If you get angry back, you're giving them the energy. Just let them be. Just be neutral. That's what I do. I'm just neutral. Whatever. When I had a man coming up to me once, barging out the car, just look at him and go, "You alright, mate?" And in my head, I think I'll send you love and light because you're the one who needs healing. Don't react to it. Too much emotions will let them sink their fangs into you even more. It's irresistible. Learning not to react is also known as the grey rock method, in which you make yourself so boring and uninterested that the other person loses interest in you. Just test it out. Just try and be a bit boring with them. They're like, oh, and they don't want to be around you anymore. They just want to go. If you don't react that much to them, learn not to argue or contradict. Yes, it's tempting, but in the long run, you can't change other people unless they change themselves first. The more you resist them, the more they will resist and drain you. Right, another one. Go with other people. Approaching the energy vampire with 1 or 2 or 3 other people would provide a powerful buffer and reduce the amount of energy that will be drained from you. So you have a bit more energy, don't you? For this trick to work, you need to ensure that the additional people aren't like psychic leeches either. Another one. Listen more than talk. A lot of the time, energy vampires simply want you to, what you need and want and need to listen. Yeah. The more you talk, the more energy you tend to lose. Using short words, questions such as why, when, and how will encourage the energy vampires to do most of the talking, which in turn will help reserve your energy. But remember to keep your boundaries and keep neutral. Don't take their emotions on. When they're telling you what the trauma or whatever, not trauma, anything what they're going through, and they're moaning or bitching about someone. When someone starts bitching, I literally, it's mad. I'm not interested because I can't gossip or anything. I can't. But anyway, another one. Try sticking to light-hearted topics. So change topics as well. I've done that a few times. Your conversations don't need to be depressive and oppressive. Take control when necessary and change the topics of conversations to something more light and simple. Just then you kind of help them out then, because when they're being that negative, then if you change the subject to something lighter, it makes them bring the frequency go up a little bit more, and then it stops you from absorbing their energy. Visualize. Many people claim that visualizing protective light energy shield or white light around them helps to deflect psychic fatigue and maintain a neutral and calm state of mind. So try it sometime and see how it impacts your mental and emotional well-being. I normally do this all the time. Put the light around me, so obviously other sidekicks can't take my energy. they can't see my energy, and I protect my energy, then other people, anything, then I'm protected. I ask the angels to protect me with the white light around me, and I imagine it, then I'm protected. Or as soon as you start feeling drained, put it up, put it around you, and you start feeling better. You can't feel all this energy draining off you. So avoid when possible, although not always possible. Avoiding the energy vampire is simply and straightforward. Technically exists in your self-preservation. I don't recommend avoidance as a constant solution, as the less you come in contact with the vampires, the less opportunity you'll have to develop and put into practice useful and necessary life skills like assertiveness and creative personal boundaries. Like number one, cut off contract. Like you've got a contract with him. Cut off contact. This is the last resort. Sometimes for your own health and happiness, you need to make the difficult decision regarding who you choose to surround yourself with and who it is. In the end, if you continue to suffer, the best option is made to simply cut the ties and move on. It could be hard because it could even be a family member, but if you get that drainage and you physically go ill, mentally go ill, you've got to do what you got to do. Sometimes we may be like energy vampires to other people without even knowing it. Then we start getting carried away with normal life and putting it on someone else. So just listen to yourself a bit more. So yeah, I hope that helps you to be a bit more aware around you, who's taking your energy and your thoughts, power of your thoughts. So protect yourself with the light bubble. I hope that's helped. Peace out.